Okay, so Mercer Elementary School. Mercer was built in 1952. Mercer is pretty unique for Shaker Elementary Schools in that it's comprised of two neighborhoods, Moreland and Mercer. So Moreland's on the west side of Shaker, which borders Cleveland. So very interesting. And that was done about almost 40 years ago in an effort to make sure that the schools were very diverse. If you didn't know it, the Shaker Heights City Schools are outstanding schools. I think one of the highlights for the Shaker Heights City Schools is that all of the schools, pre-K through 12, are international baccalaureate schools. Shaker is only one of only 8 schools across the nation that have all of their schools, international baccalaureate schools from pre-K through 12. The support from the community continues to be outstanding, and Shaker was one of the first public schools to have a school foundation. For Mercer, all of our kindergarten teachers hold a master's degree, and currently our current kindergarten staff, they each have 10 years of teaching experience or more. So what that means is that they know the curriculum very well, but more importantly, they know kids, and that's really, really good for our students. Our class size averages from 18 to 20 students. Of course, we talked about the International Baccalaureate curriculum for all of our students. Also, beginning in first grade, one of the requirements of an International Baccalaureate school is that the students will take a foreign language. The language that our students learn here at Mercer is Spanish. So in first grade, students will be learning Spanish as well. There's a wide range of student activities that we have here for our students. Students will go on field trips, virtual field trips. They do science projects in the classroom. We really pride ourselves on differentiating instruction, meaning that we aim to meet our students where they are, make sure that they're challenged and engaged, and move them along the learning continuum. At Mercer, we have an outstanding parent-teacher organization, and you met Mrs. Adams, who's going to be our PTO president next year. So all of our students at Mercer participate in special area subjects as well, such as music, art, physical education, and library. And we also talked about Spanish as well. In fourth grade, our students will conduct a research project called the IB exhibition. And this is the culminating project for students in their last year at an IB school. So the students will research a topic such as homelessness, and then they'll present their research to the entire school. And it's called the IB exhibition. The students work in groups of 4 to 6 students, and they are provided a mentor, which is usually parent volunteers or teacher volunteers, help to mentor the group to help the students with their presentation. As I've mentioned, students will participate in a number of virtual and in-person field trips to help enhance the curriculum. Before and after care is available here at school, and that service is provided by champions. School day is tentatively scheduled to be from 9 o'clock to 3:30 for next year. Again, that's a tentative schedule for next year. So here are just a couple slides for students in their classrooms. Currently, our kindergarten students are undergoing some research, or they're studying the life cycle. So currently in our kindergarten classrooms, they're incubating eggs. They have mealworms in their classrooms as well. They will also have butterflies. So they're studying the life cycle, and that's always a very interesting area of study or unit of study for our students in kindergarten. Our students go outside for recess each day. So even when it's warm or when it's cold, of course, we don't go outside when it's raining. But we have sleds for our students to play in the snow. We have a wonderful playground here and a beautiful campus. So recess is certainly a highlight of every student's day here at Mercer. Our students do just a number of very interesting and engaging things in the classroom. So in that slide or that picture there on the right, those are kindergarten students, and they are creating a community. So they're creating a community. There are a number of celebrations that take place through the school year as well. And then you can see on the left there, they're creating or keeping a journal regarding their eggs that they are anticipating hatching here in a couple weeks. So those are all pictures from our current kindergarten students. So a couple more pictures for kindergarten in action. And that concludes our slideshow for today. At this time, we will open it up to questions. So any questions that you may have. And also, I would also like to open it up to Mrs. Campbell if there's anything that she would like to add or share with you today. Okay.
I just want to let you all know that I'm super excited. Mercer has amazing people within the building, and I'm just very eager to get to know your families and your children. I have an incoming kindergartner, so I can understand how exciting all of this is. So it's going to be great to get to work with you all. Very excited. Thank you, Mr. Florence.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Campbell. Outstanding. Thank you. Okay, questions for today. I know that I wrote down a number of comments in anticipation for some questions that you may have. So I know the first question, that's generally asked is about class size. But I think that it's really important to know that your sons and daughters are going to be working with experienced teachers. And I think that they are outstanding in what they do. And they've been here for a number of years. And I think that helps to make the transition easier. Any other questions in regard to kindergarten? Okay, so I will keep talking. So, just tell me when you need me to stop. I think one of the things that's really been important also for conducting school on site this year is just making sure that you have the proper COVID protocols in place. And I think that we have that. I know that we have those in place for all of our students and staff. So students will continue to wear masks next year. We'll continue to make sure that students are socially distanced. And of course, hygiene will be very important as well. Okay, Mark, do you have a question?
The question that we were going to ask is, since switching over to the International Baccalaureate program, have you seen any considerable positive outcomes since utilizing that curriculum?
Oh, absolutely. One, I think it's a much more engaging way to address teaching and learning for our students. So again, the focus is that students will learn through what their questions and their wonderings are. And I think that's been very meaningful. The second thing I think is really important is that we provide collaboration time for our teachers each week. So teachers have an opportunity to come together and to discuss what they're going to be teaching and how students will learn. We also have a International Baccalaureate coordinator who helps facilitate that collaboration with the teachers. So that helps to provide for consistent instruction across every classroom and across every grade level, which I think is fantastic. Great question. Thank you. So we talked about recess. So recess is about 30 minutes each day for our students. They'll have 30 minutes for lunch. Students can pack their lunch. As you may have heard, The federal government has extended the free lunch program for next year. So lunch and breakfast will continue to be free for all of our students. The menu comes out at the beginning of each month, so that will be posted online. So if you say today, they're going to have chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese, we really don't like that. We would like to pack lunch on, this day. You will certainly have that option. But I think it's great for our families that meals will be free going forward. So lunch, about 30 minutes, recess, 30 minutes. And typically during that time, that's the teacher's lunch time as well. So there'll be other teachers or lunch aides that will supervise the students during that lunchtime. We do not have nap time in kindergarten. So we did away with that a couple years ago. So, at the beginning of the year, for some of our students, it can be, a transition. So some of those days are long, a little difficult, but you'll be very surprised to know that your son or daughter will adjust quickly. So, 2 or 3 weeks in, the school day will be a piece of cake, and they'll be able to come and be engaged and just have great learning experiences each day here at school. Okay. Any other questions? Oh, you guys are just shy today. They're just shy. Okay.
I
So,
can say one.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
Mr.
what about
Carlin.
early entrance testing? We've a younger son who's got one of those October birthdays, so we're wondering, how does that work?
So for early entrance testing, you're going to contact me or Mrs. Campbell. We will work with the registrar's office to schedule the testing for your son. And so again, you'll reach out to us. We'll reach out to the registrar's office. The scheduling will be the testing will be scheduled, and we'll follow the process from there. Okay, great question.
Thank you.
So Amelia has autism, and so that's why she's going to Mercer instead of Loma. We look out our window and we see Loma Elementary, and so it's very close to that. So I guess, what is the kindergarten teacher's experience teaching kids with autism?
So first of all, Amelia's going to be working with an intervention specialist, and they're going to work in close collaboration or close proximity with the grade level teacher. So they'll be working together to make sure that Amelia's needs are being met in the classroom. At Mercer, we really pride ourselves in making sure that we have an inclusive environment here for our students. So again, Amelia will work very close with the intervention specialist and the classroom teacher. I think our teachers are outstanding in what they do, and she will have a wonderful learning experience here at Mercer. So I'm thinking that Amelia will probably be working with either Mrs. McInerney or Mrs. Luce. Those will be, either one of those teachers are going to be her intervention specialist. But again, I think we do an outstanding job in making sure that all of our students are included in everything that we do here, and that really helps to make for a wonderful learning experience. So, thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, so for transportation, students will be provided buses to school. And I'm just chuckling because we had a little transportation challenge this week, but I think we're able to address that pretty well. For our kindergarten students, we typically have our kindergarten students sit at the front of the bus. And one of the things that's really important for kindergarten parents is that when students are dropped off after school or dropped off at home, a parent must be there to meet them at the bus stop, or Mrs. Campbell will see them because they will be returned back to Mercer. So that's really important for our kindergarten students. And again, we do have before and after care service is here, offered here at Mercer, right here on site. So students can be dropped off for before care as early as 7 o'clock in the morning. And aftercare, students can be here at the school in aftercare from 3:30 until 6 o'clock in the evening. So,
Mr. Florence, I have a question. So is it typical that if a student has an older sibling, they will get the same teacher that their sibling had for the subsequent grade?
all right. You know what? I would say that it's not typical. One of the things, and I'll be working with Ms. Campbell on this, is that I try to place them with the same teacher unless there's an issue or unless you would like to have another teacher. And the reason why is because you know the teacher knows the family and so forth. I just think it makes sense. And so, but it doesn't always happen. So again, maybe the parent would like to have another teacher and so forth. So I think the best thing to do is just to reach out and to let us know if you would not want to have the same sister that the sibling had, or the same teacher that the sibling had.
We loved Grace's kindergarten teacher, so we'd be okay being placed with Miss Beanie again.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. All right. Okay. Anything else today? I will say this. I think Mercer, as I've said several times, is an amazing school. So one of the things that I'd really like for you to do before the end of the school year is to schedule a tour. Currently, we just have tours after school. So we don't have, just for COVID regulations, we don't have tours during the school day. But anytime after 2:30, you can tour, or any Saturday or Sunday that you would like to tour, we can have a tour of Mercer. And I'd really like to do that, just to kind of show you all the different things that we have here to offer our students, and to continue to talk about what makes Mercer great. Okay. And Ms. Campbell, please know that that's just kind of my thing on that Saturday and Sunday. I just understand that sometimes, parents have busy schedules. So please don't think that's an expectation that you would have to carry
No,
forward.
I think that's a great idea. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Okay. If you need anything from me or Mrs. Campbell, please feel free to reach out to us. We are here for you. Just like Mrs. Campbell said, it's an exciting time, and we're excited to have you guys come into Mercer.